Yo, welcome back guys to another LSPDFR tutorial video, and in today's video we are installing EUP Menu along with the Law & Order and Serve and Rescue pack, and also we are going to be installing the LSPD Mega Pack Overhaul, which basically changes the crusty LAPD uniforms to these pretty cool black and white looking uniforms. So this is currently what I rock in my game. It's a very popular overhaul for EUP. I really do suggest using it though. It is pretty cool. So this is what we're going to be installing today. So the first thing we're going to do is download all of these. So let's just go ahead and start with EUP Menu. I'm going to download this file, agree and download. And again, I have all the links to all of these in the description. And if you guys also go to my mods list, sstgaming.com, you guys can find them there as well. So I have that one downloaded. We're going to go ahead and go to the Law & Order pack, download this file. So what this does is basically add in all of the law enforcement uniforms. We're going to go ahead and hit the OIV download, not the LML. We want the OIV. Let's go ahead and download that and then let that go for 3 seconds or so. Moving on, we have the Serve and Rescue. We're going to go ahead and download this file. This is all of the fire department EMS uniforms if you guys do want to RP as them. Again, we're going to go with the OIV, not the LML. And you are going to need OpenIV, but if you guys are this far into modding, you should have it already. And then the last thing is the Mega Pack, so we're going to go ahead and just download this file. We're going to do the latest one, which is May 28th, 2022, and we're going to wait for these to be all finished, and then we'll get to the installing portion. Alrighty guys, I have all my downloads right here. We're going to go ahead and install the EUP menu first, and we're going to go into Files. And we're going to need these two things right here. But the first thing we're going to do is open up our GTA 5 directory. And we're going to go into the plugins folder. So plugins there. And what we're going to do is just drag and drop the EUP menu.dll into the plugins folder. So right there. And I'm going to replace mine because I'm just going to do it along with you guys as well. If you do not have an EUP folder, do not worry. That pops up after you've created characters in LSPDFR. So we're going to go back a page in the download. Now, if you don't have a Rage Native UI, I suggest dragging this in, although this may be an older version, which it is a 2021 version. Always double check your Rage Native. So just scroll on down in the main directory. I think I passed it. It is right there. Yeah, mine is 2024, 4/2/2024, and this one is 8/1/2021. If you already have it, just leave it in, and you are pretty much complete with installing the menu. So the next thing we're going to do is head into OpenIV, and we're going to drag and drop in the OIV files for the Law & Order and the Search and Rescue. So we can actually exit out of this. So we have our OpenIV right there. We're going to go ahead and click Edit Mode, and we're going to drag and drop in the Law & Order first. We're going to just grab that, drag right into this blank space, let that go. You could read this if you want. We're just going to go ahead and install to the mods folder. Install. All right, once it's finished, just hit close and then go back into your downloads, and you're going to want to drag in this EUP Search and Rescue. Now, if you see this red circle dot, it's not letting you drag in. Typically for me, I just had to click back into OpenIV, like just click this blank area and then go back over, drag and drop, and it should let you. And then you could read all this if you want again. I'm just going to hit install and let this finish in the mods folder. So once this is finished, just go ahead and close. And now we are going to install the LSPD Mega Pack. So literally right now we are done installing EUP. You guys have all of the default clothings installed. You can bring up the menu, but I'll show you guys how to do all that once we get in game. So we're going to open up the LSPD Mega Pack for EUP 9.4, 9.5. Just double click on that folder. You do have an install text file. They show you how to do it. Literally just goes into the EUP components.rpf and p.rpf, and I'll show you guys exactly where those are. Very easy to find. First thing we're going to do in here is go to the files folder. We're going to go to the drag and drop, and then you have these two right here. Just leave these as is. What we're going to do is go to mods, update, x64, DLC packs, EUP, DLC.rpf, x64, and then you'll see that you have these two exact same looking folders right here. So what I typically like to do is I start off with the EUP components _p.rpf. I'll just double click on that. Double click on that same exact one in here. Take all of these, drag and drop. Boom. Now we're going to go back a page. And then we're going to do that same exact thing on the EUP component peds.rpf. We're going to double click on that. Double click on this one here. And you got all of these. We're just going to drag and drop. Now, if you guys are wondering, this does not replace most of the backup uniforms. You know, when you call in backup from Ultimate Backup, they might have some changed uniforms, but I highly doubt all of them will. So this does not fix what your backup looks like. Alrighty guys, so that is going to be the end of the tutorial. That is basically it to install everything. You are all done. You can exit out of everything. We're going to go ahead and load up LSPDFR. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll run you guys through the menu. Also, if you're loading up Rage, hit this settings button there so that we can force load EUP in the plugins. So we're going to go to plugins here, and then make sure EUP menu is checked right there. Once you have that checked, just hit save and launch. Alrighty guys, we are inside of GTA 5. I do have LSPDFR loaded up, but I am not on duty yet. I am going to hit F4 and go to PD. I just want to see if the ambient peds walking around have changed uniforms. And they don't. So, again, don't expect your backup or, you know, ambient peds. Actually, if you see, their pants are changed. So, first thing we're going to do is hit F11 on your keyboard. This will bring up your EUP menu. Very easy to navigate through. They have preset uniforms for every department in the game. You can already automatically select. Now, if you want a custom character, you just have to go to characters and create a whole new character. Now, obviously, I have one because it saved my EUP folder. Now, remember when I was going through the tutorial and I said, don't worry about the EUP folder that was in the LSPDFR folder in my directory? I'm hoping you guys remember that. That gets created once you've created a character and customize your wardrobe. So mine is already there. If I had deleted that folder, this wouldn't have been here. But all you'd have to do to create a character is hit create character, name it Billy, and then change your sex there, and then you can change your heritage any way you want. You can set it as your default and then hit save and continue. I'm not going to do that because I already have a character made, but once you have that made, he will be saved here as always, and you just have to select it every time. Go back a page, and then wardrobe, you should not have anything in here because you haven't created anything. Now I do because I have stuff already set from before. Again, if I had deleted my EUP folder, this would not be here. So what we're going to do is go to EUP Law and Order, and I'm not going to go through my LSPD list because most of this was customized already by me. So I'm going to go to the SASP. This is the Park Ranger. This is the default looking uniforms. So this is how it looks. I haven't customized it. Now, if you guys go to LSPD, Patrol Division, Male LSPD, it will not look like this. I have paid EUP belts. I think the only default looking uniform I have in here is the utility classes. So if you actually click on the utility class and you go all the way back, now if you want to customize this to have a vest or a different looking belt, what you would do is go to wardrobe, all the way down, hit create outfit, just name it whatever you want. I'm just gonna do utility 1. I'm just gonna do that. Now you can create even a more customized uniform by going through the hats. Slot 136, you'll see the police hat right there. Now if you want the earpiece, it should be under mask. I believe it's like 120. Actually, I believe it's, yep, 122. There's the earpiece. So this is a nice customized outfit. This is considered your wardrobe every time you create a custom outfit. So I'm just gonna save and continue at the bottom here. And right there. So every time you want to use this custom uniform, it'll be under wardrobe. Now, same goes for serve and rescue, all right? I have all the basic looking uniforms installed. This is what it looks like. Now, with that overhaul, you are going to have the black and white pants. In order to fix this, if you guys don't want the black and white pants, all you have to do is just reinstall the Law and Order OIV. It's easy as that. You just drag and drop back into OpenIV and it'll fix it. So that is basically it, guys. Really hope you did enjoy this tutorial. I hope that helped a lot. I hope you learned. Be sure to drop a like. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys all in the next tutorial. Peace out, guys.
Moving at fiction, swerving in a Malibu spaceship. All of the plans postponed. Cruising at Matrix, screaming.